So, Dad, I'm interviewing everybody because I'm going to create an audio diary of everyone's memories from Italy to coming to Canada, the war, and becoming Canadian. So, tell me who you are, how old you are, and when you were born.
John Gabriel. I'm 83 years old. I was born in October 24th, 1940,
Where?
in Italy, Castellieri.
What do you remember about Castellieri? What were your first memories? What does it look like?
Small town, about 3,000 people.
And what was your house like?
It was an old stone house, 2 stories. We had a kitchen, stairs to go upstairs, master bedroom. We had a dog, cow, a bull.
You had a bull? Did the dog have a name?
Lila.
Leela.
Yeah.
And did the cow have a name?
No.
So you were born in the middle of the war.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were your first memories of the war?
We had Germans living in our house.
What do you remember about them?
They were pretty good. They were nice. We got along pretty good with them.
Yeah. But what did they do in your house? They just took it over?
Just took it over. One room.
One room. What did they do in that room?
Slept.
For how long?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. A couple of years anyway.
Yeah. And tell me the story about what happened to your neighbor.
Oh, the Germans were going around when the Allies stopped. You know, they were the front of Monte Cassino. I don't know if you heard of it. They were holding the fort. They held it for 9 months. Then the Allies landed past to stop the supplies. And the Germans were going around taking all the cattle.
They wanted your bull and your cow,
Yeah,
and they took your neighbors, right?
yeah. And the neighbors that defended himself. He carried a hatchet with him all the time. And he held 2 Germans underneath him, you know, threatening him with the hatchet. And another German came along and shot him alongside, killed him.
Who was there when that happened?
I was there. My mother was there. My father was there. Me and my mother and my father.
How old were you when that happened?
About 4 years old. I don't remember exactly what happened after that. But the guy that killed a neighbor was an Italian.
Yeah.
Working with the Germans.
Yeah.
And he was arrested by the Italian the Italians, and he was put in jail for 28 years. My father testified. They held my father, but when Germany held my father, against a tree with a gun in his chest. My father had his hands up the whole time. Well, they killed his best friend. They left. Germans left after they killed a neighbor. They left. They stopped taking the cows.
So, do you remember anything else about the war? Your dad was always hiding, right? Tell me why.
Well, he wasn't hiding. He helped German or Americans and Canadians go through the German lines.
Yeah, he smuggled them.
Smuggled them, yeah. He was a hero. He had a certificate by the general of the Allies that granted him, after the war, he presented it to the embassy, and he was granted a
Passage
passage
to the U.S.
to Canada.
To Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he do for that? He witnessed a plane crash, and then he helped one of the soldiers.
Well, he didn't witness the plane crash. The plane crashed on the hills. There were survivors. He helped them go through German lines.
Right. And didn't one of them stay in your cellar?
Yeah,
Do you remember that? Or you wouldn't remember, you were
No.
little, but you heard about it.
I heard about
Yeah, so he hid an American or a Canadian soldier?
it. American.
American soldier. For how long, do you remember?
Well, just temporarily. And he led him across the river. And if the Germans would have caught him, they would have shot him on the spot. Yeah. Well, I remember when they broke through the Monte Cassino. It was just like daylight. The bombs that the Allies, they bombed the Monte Cassino, they broke through. After the bomb, I saw the lightning from Monte Cassino. Looked at the daylight. How many bombs they just threw bombs right and left. They didn't hear them, they were too far away. I saw the lightning. I was scared when they killed a neighbor. I got to my mother's legs, just crying. We survived somehow.
And then, who all went to the seminary? Like, how did that happen?
I went.
Did Larry go too?
Larry went too.
Yeah. So who went first?
Larry,
Yeah. And then he stayed or no?
2 years.
He went 2 years. And then you went after that?
Yeah.
Tell me what that was like. When did they tell you you were going to live in Rome? How old were you?
10.
10. Do you remember them saying that this is going to happen?
Well, my father knew about cattle. So superior of the seminary came to my father to buy him a cow. He did. He saw me and he told my mother and my father that I should become a priest. So my mother brought me to Rome
When you were 10.
when I was 10.
And what do you remember about being left there? How did that feel?
Oh, I cried.
Yeah.
But then I didn't want to, when we emigrated to Canada, I didn't want to leave the seminary.
You liked it.
I liked it.
What did you like about it?
I wanted to become a priest.
Yeah. Did you like the schooling and everything?
Oh yeah,
How come?
they were good to us. I felt good in the seminary.
was it about the seminary that you liked? The teachings, God, what was it?
Yeah, teaching God.
Tell me about that.
We studied French, English, Latin.
And when did you find out that everybody was immigrating?
Well, I was about 11 years old. I just told my mother I didn't want to go, and she said, "You're coming too. No, you're going to leave you back here alone. I just, you could continue your seminary over Canada." But I didn't.
There was no seminary here.
No.
So do you remember leaving the seminary to go to Naples to get on the boat?
Yeah.
What was that like? What do you remember? What you took, a car, a train,
Took the bus.
a bus to Naples?
Yeah.
And you met your family there
No, they came and got me to Rome.
in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you all drove down
Yeah.
to Naples.
Bus.
And then describe the boat.
It was big.
What was your first thought when you saw it?
Oh, and it was like an adventure. I was sick one day. I just roamed around the boat. Fascinating. They had swimming pools there, you know. First time I saw women in bikinis.
That would have been confusing for a kid in the seminary. That's funny. And then, what do you remember about, where did you land?
New York.
What was that like when you pulled into the harbor? Do you remember?
I remember my father's sisters came to got me. They were Schenectady,
Yeah.
New York. They came and got us. And they showed us through New York.
Do you remember Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah,
What was that like?
never seen anything like it.
Manhattan?
Yeah,
Must have been something back then. This was 1950. What year?
52.
52. And you were in New York City.
I was in the mall, seeing all those big buildings. It was great.
Yeah. And then after that, what happened?
Took a train to Canada.
To Canada. So you went straight from the Ellis Island to a train
Yeah,
in Grand Central Station, and you went all the way to where in Canada?
Toronto.
Toronto.
There, my father's neighbor. But see, my father came first, then Larry and Clara came after. They befriended a neighbor. The neighbor came and got us
In Toronto.
in Toronto,
And you went to Sarnia.
Wheatley.
And what was your first impression of the house in Wheatley?
That was a mansion.
It's huge, she said, for you guys. You all had your own rooms. Must have been crazy. What did you think?
Oh yeah. We were the only Italians there.
What was that like?
Neighbors liked us though. We only stayed there for 5 years. Then we moved to Leamington. We worked in a fishery.
And you guys were put in grade 1, I heard.
Yeah,
What was that like?
strange. We made friends though.
Do you remember the first friend you made in Canada?
Yeah, our neighbor. I forget his name. Very good friends.
How old were you when you got here?
12.
12. And Paul was with you, right? Were you friends with him? Did you guys hang out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a good friend? Your brother? What do you remember about him?
We're good friends. He was kind of wild. He liked the guns.
He liked guns. Maybe from the war?
Could be.
What does that mean? How many guns did he have? Like, what did he do with them? He just
Well, he had only one gun.
But he would just go out and shoot animals and stuff, hunt. Yeah. What do you remember about when he died?
I cried. I predicted that something was going to happen that day
How so?
to my friends. I was with a friend of mine. He said, I got to go home because I got a notion something's going to happen today. Something bad. And then he got shot.
You just had this thought out of the blue, something bad was going to happen, and you wanted to go home?
Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
He was 18. I was 16.
And who was he with?
Oh, the three friends of his. Larry was with them.
And what were they doing out there?
Hunting
For what?
rabbits.
And that was something that they did all the time?
Yeah.
Was he the only one that had a gun?
He was, Larry didn't have a, Larry, him shared a gun.
And where did he get the gun?
My uncle from New York brought one down.
So you went home after you had your premonition that something bad was going to happen that day. And then what?
Then I heard that Paul was shot. It's in the hospital.
Who told you? Do you remember?
Larry,
What condition was Larry in?
bad.
How so?
It's all confused. He was silent. He didn't say too much. Shocked. We all went to the hospital. And the doctor came. He said, he's not going to live.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to him.
What did you say? What happened? What do you remember?
Well, he was sorry to leave us all this trouble behind.
He said he was sorry? Did people ask him what happened?
No,
No? He didn't say this was an accident or...
no, he didn't say.
No. How long were you in the hospital room with him?
Till he was dead. Till he
You all
died.
stayed there till he died? So was Grandma with him, holding him? Yeah. That must have been devastating.
Larry told us. Well, yeah, he fell on the gun, and the gun went off. That's what I heard.
Sad. And how did that affect Uncle Larry?
He was not himself for a long time. I don't think he'd get over it.
No. So then, what was life like after that? You went back to school. You finished school? Did you ever get picked on?
Oh yeah. Oh, we were in a lineup to go back into the class. People would start pushing me around. I started crying. And then I went in back into the classroom crying. And the teacher scolded everybody that picked on me.
What did they used to call you?
Wow,
What else?
there you go.
There you go, and a lot.
They liked me after that though.
They did? And how long did it take you to learn English?
Oh, about a year.
That's not bad. Then things got easier once you could speak English. Yeah. And then what was your first job where you made money?
Fishery.
What did you do?
Fishing on the boat.
You were on the boat fishing out in the lake, Lake Erie?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was fun.
Yeah. How old were you when we did that job?
16.
16.
Larry worked in the fishery. He didn't work in the boat though.
No.
He worked in the fishery.
So were you the only one in the boat?
Yeah.
How come you took the boat?
It was available.
Yeah. Everybody else worked at the factory?
Well, we moved there We moved there because of that. The factory, fish factory, was hiring.
So, and what was your next job after fisheries?
Heinz, worked on the line. The tomato sauce, ketchup.
So, were you working at Heinz when you met Mom?
No,
You met her at the Kubota Club, right?
yeah,
How old were you?
24. So we had a farm.
And who all worked there?
Me and Frank, my dad.
So then you were working on the farm. How did you go to the Kubota Club that time?
I had a car.
You had a car? What kind of car?
Oh, I remember.
And you drove into Windsor?
Yeah,
How did you hear about the Kubota Club? Just through being Italian?
yeah.
Yeah. Were you alone that night? Who did you go with?
By myself.
What do you remember about meeting Mom?
I asked her to dance. She accepted.
Why her?
Why not?
What did you like about her?
Because she was good looking.
I think you said once. Who does she look like? You say Sophia Loren?
Something like her, yeah.
She looked a little like Sophia Loren. Yeah. And you just asked her to dance, and then what?
And we went out. We used to go to Teutonia too. Teutonia Club.
Do you remember when you met her parents? Did they like you?
I think so.
Do you remember when she told you she was pregnant?
Yeah, she called me up, told me that she was pregnant.
What did you say?
I asked her to marry me.
Right away?
Not right away.
Why'd you wait?
Because I wasn't sure.
You weren't sure if it was yours, or you weren't sure if you wanted to marry her?
I wasn't sure I was going to marry her. I wasn't ready to get married.
No. But what made you decide to marry her?
I don't know. I just decided.
And how did she adjust to farm life from working in Detroit?
She just did.
Was she good at helping out on the farm?
No.
No. She didn't want to help on the farm? What did she do all day?
To take care of the babies.
And the dog?
Yeah.
How long were we on that farm?
5 years.
What do you remember about having a son?
It was okay.
It was okay? Yeah? Do you remember when he was born?
Oh yeah.
Did you go to the hospital?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Do you remember holding him for the first time?
Oh yeah.
What was that like?
Usual.
The usual? And then I was born, which much better, right?
Yeah.
It was really exciting. Why did you guys move to Windsor?
Because we lost the farm.
How?
Went bankrupt.
You went bankrupt.
Because the farm wasn't producing. Plastic
Plastic.
greenhouse.
Oh. It wasn't making enough money?
No.
What were you trying to sell? Tomatoes?
Yeah.
What else?
Tomatoes.
Just tomatoes.
Tomatoes, and we had cucumbers on the farm. We grew celeries. We had all kinds of stuff there.
Did we have animals?
No,
No animals. I can't imagine Mom wanting to kill animals.
no,
Yeah. And were you sad to leave the farm?
no.
You couldn't wait to see it gone?
Yeah.
And then where did you work?
At Chrysler.
For how long?
3 months.
How come only 3 months?
They laid me off.
They laid you off.
Then I started construction,
And then you started working in construction.
general labor.
How did you like that?
I didn't like it too much.
And how did you get into drywall?
Then Barbison himself told me to go partnership with this guy that knew about drywall. So we started. An Indian guy. So he taught me how to do drywall.
And what did you like about that? Did you like it?
Oh, I kind of like it, being a trade.
Yeah. Having a specialty.
Yeah, I did a lot of housing.
Didn't you work at the Devonshire Mall?
Yeah, I worked there through another company.
Right. Tell me about that.
That was a lot of fun. That was fun.
What about renovating the house on Maritat?
Oh, they had fun there. I liked that.
Yeah, I remember you liked it. What do you like about it?
Be able to have a house of my own. It was done nice. Trouble is Joanne, as soon as it was done, she wanted to move out of there. Didn't like the neighbors. She didn't like the neighbors in Emeryville either.
Mm-mm. Or the highway. I'm sensing a pattern.
Yeah.
So in all, you went back to Italy. How old were you when you went back to Italy?
90s.
What was it like to go back?
It was nice.
What'd you like about it?
I had to see all the family. It was there. Cousins. Went to see Capri, the Rome. Went back to the seminary where I was. Venice, Florence, Pisa. All those things.
Did it feel like home? Italy felt like home.
Yeah.
Did you want to stay?
Hmm.
Did you want to stay in Italy?
Not really. Wasn't there for me to do. It's nice visit a whole month.
What was it like coming back to Canada?
It was okay.
Is this your home?
It is my home. This is my home.
This country.
This country.
So you feel like a Canadian?
Yeah.
What makes you feel like a Canadian?
Oh, the advantage of a better life.
But when you think about what your dad and mom did, what goes through your mind?
You did the right thing. Everybody prospered. Except me.
Kids didn't do too badly.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel? You feel like you didn't prosper?
I didn't prosper.
You have a pension, you have a nice family. You've got everything you need.
Yeah.
Don't think you would have had that in Italy.
No, I didn't think I would have it in Italy, no.
Would have been worse off than you are here, I think. Or you would have been a priest.
Probably. Sometimes I think about it. But then I go back to forgiving. Don't forget what happened.
Yeah.
It gave me some kind of relief.
So when somebody asks you, where are you from, what do you tell them?
What do you mean?
Somebody says, hey, John, where are you from? What do you tell them?
I was born in Italy. Now I'm a Canadian citizen.
How does that make you feel to say that?
I'm grateful for both of them.